Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get together and have some fun. Number one, we're going to talk about that American dream. Getting the money, the credit, and all the things we need to do. Unfortunately, most people, they talk about it. Let's see what we can do with you to go get it. Bottom line is pretty simple. So, no pictures, no recording. Get a tablet and pen and write it down. That's how you put it here, by the way. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. Today's date. Then we have to look at the end of the year. You see, it only takes between 3 to 6 months to repackage somebody to the $1 million dream. Could be $1 million in the bank. Could be $1 million of credit too. Getting the American dream isn't hard to do. It's knowing how. So, here's one of the front doors of one of the mansions in Huntington Harbor. Here's one of the yachts. There's one of the Lamborghinis in a building making millionaires. That's what I like to do for you. Ultimate goal is kind of fun. Now, today, what if I wrote you a check for $1 million? What are you going to do? See, most people would say, yeah, I want it. Then they kind of waste it away. What bank account would you put it in? Based on that decision is how you're going to screw up or make it work. Put in your personal bank account. The bottom line is you keep $375. The rest goes to the IRS. Put it in a corporation's bank account. Even if you incorporate you get to keep all the money. You get to pay all the bills first and then get a little paycheck. Bottom line is you can learn how to play under the Constitution Bill of Rights. Pension plans, annuities, profit sharing, medical, dental, life insurance policy too. And SS4 is the opportunity to get to the dream. Multiple times. You get to try. And as long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you're kind of be dead. Winning the battle. You see, it's kind of like Richard who won Survivor the first show. He almost died twice. He got his $1 million check, but he didn't listen. He took the money and wasted it away. He could have leveraged it to $15 million and still paid the tax and didn't have to go to prison for 3.5 years. And 10 years probation too. Ultimate goal, procrastination's a killer of a dream. You got choice today. You see, understand, time, I don't control it, neither do you, but we do control the time God's given us. We can't waste a minute of the day. We never know when it's over. Just like when I learned in 2009 on July 5th, 5:41, I got to die. It was no fun. But me, I started in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital as a baby. I got born. Then guess what? She didn't want me anyway. But then I got dropped off for Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30, the age of 3 to 9.5. I was lucky God gave me the ability to learn to read at 2.5 years old. Total recall on most things. So I got my 100,000, I got my million, then I got my billions too. Everybody can do this. You just got to connect the dots. 7.5, that's exactly what I did. I listened to them every Wednesday night going to their poker game, going blah, blah, blah. One night they did say a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down 10 times. They told me I was weird. Went to the library the next day, asked what does this mean? All I can get is this is a microfiche book. I read the book and got upset that day. I wanted my blueprint, my rules, my tools to get out of hell. All right, as a kid, I didn't like being used and abused. I connected the dots, and if you have a corporation today, you can give a blueprint in life too. That's all you got to do. You got to learn how to play. See, winning the battle is not hard to do when you know how to play the game. Ultimate goal, my first corporation was Helping Hand. All right, went nationwide, got 100,000 in the mail. On top of that, I got named in the movie Dave. You see, when I was 14, I already had my donut stores, my cleaning company, everything else, and my inventions too. My first car was a Quintas Lamborghini, by the way. What was yours? Ultimate goal, I think you're kind of stuck. I like to get you past go. So the bottom line today is simple. I'll show you the Lamborghini collection, the Duffys, the mansions, how I broke the record. It's the highest kick in 1981 to prove white men do jump. Because they always say stupid people say we don't. I parked my race boat in my backyard. Where do you park yours? Helicopter, the largest yacht in Huntington Harbor. Don't forget about the yachts and the Ferraris too. All I know is I got to do it, so can you. I wrote the blueprint for you. It's called Ray's Rules. July 4, 2009, took out the yacht. Next day I get to hear I'm going to die. Well, I'm in that coma. My wife did scream her head off and someone tricked her to sign a POA that day. It's called a power of attorney. Someone came on my yacht on July 4th who had swine flu pneumonia. Pandemic number 9. I got to die the next day, but I got a choice to come back too. So bottom line is the reason you bring the pain home every day or time after time again is because of the lack of knowledge. So let's see today if I can help you and teach what you need to know since you're 18 years old. First, we got to start with the personal credit. You see, the thing is, we got to make you the qualified CFO. And most people have something wrong on their credit report, and someone's going to call a credit repair company so they can write silly letters going, not mine, not late. Kind of like some of you do. Ultimate goal, here's the federal law, Federal Trade Commission. Credit repair is a fraud. You got to rebuild your credit. All right, the bottom line is not broken. Ultimate thing's the truth. Today, getting to know me, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarbrough years ago. He was security chief at TUW in Hesperian. Why don't you Google Credit Repair Services Act or Credit Services Act later today? Get a copy of that page. All right, the next thing is they're going to refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says flat out credit repair, attorneys can't do that too. So what are you supposed to do? Well, first of all, it's not broken, we have to rebuild it. Let's build a relationship, you and me, today, so I can get you past go. Federal Trade Commission provides that information, all you have to do, Google it too. Ultimate goal, 90 days. Every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you get stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. I like to repackage your whole life in about 90 days and give you the steps too. But again, there's only 4 ways to get there in the first place. 1, you can turn around and inherit the money or win the lottery or get a raise. Or you're going to be rebuild you starting today. That'll be up to you if you want the $1 million dream. Ultimate goal is pretty simple. There's only 1,000 steps and you can't even screw that up too. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. So I'm going to give you the first 25 steps. You ready to write them down? Number 1, we got to get your credit reports pulled right away. So you go to raisecredit.com, clickety-clack, they're free. That's step number 1. The report number is in the right-hand corner. I'd like you to give me right away. Now the next thing is I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you have a Social Security card? Why? Can you get it out of your personal wallet now, please? I want you to read it front and back. Yes, you got it to get the job, but you didn't really read the card, did you? You didn't learn how to play. Let's see what I can do for you today. You got your SSN. Oh, goody. By the way, if you read it today, step number 2, it'll say flat out, do not laminate, do not use for ID purposes. And even on the actual card, it says property of such administration, not you. Ultimate goal is simple. So understand something. Within 90 working days, I can make anybody's score go up, and away. I'm going to guarantee you a 750 score, by the way, in writing. Step number 3. No case ever goes past 180 days unless you screw up more than you. Average case is 90 working days. So the main thing to do today is I'm going to dispute process, but I go after the creditor first because I can usually get them to do what I need to do since the application was wrong in the first place. Negotiation, you might have to negotiate a debt or two. Legal action method, we might have to put them in small claims too. We get to play, but we get to win. Is that okay if we win with you starting today? The bottom line is very simple to do. Now, I'm going to show you Credit Karma because it's free. I got this client 157 points in 45 days. What I did is I created something called rapid scoring years ago with Yarbrough and Harold Stokes. But then that was for their mortgage companies. A rapid refresh blocks credit and it lets me build your score and push it up some more. I'm allowed to tear into the reports, by the way. So here's an example of someone who has a 487. No matter how many collection accounts they have, I build their credit, unsecured credit card right away. Here's another one started at 480. All right, and I build it up, and away again, $3,000 plus. Here's a 571. Even late on their car payment, still got $3,000 on a card to build them up. So in the beginning, what I want to do is build your credit in the beginning, middle, or end, if you allow me to. If it's all bad, I got to rebuild something for you. So it's called Credit Rebuilding Rapid Rescore. The office sells this for $9.98. It's a good price. It's not $99 a month for 2 years. From there, again, you're entitled to go to a class on Saturday called Education Analyzation. It's Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Remember, cases are average of 90 days. No case goes past 180 days. Next, from there, I'm going to guarantee you $1,000 cash card back to you. You see, what I want to do is give you back a way to refund yourself, too. Now, on the webinar with me, I give you half price because it's live. So during the webinar, you can Zelle $4.99, and then you can get the card for $1,000 too. I mean, well, remember, I guarantee you a $750 and above. It's simple, or your money back. Ultimate goal, we have problems in the world today. You got companies hacking credit cards and credit bureaus and hacking companies and ransoming money too. One of the things that banks came out with this last couple of years, it's called Zelle. credit unions too. See, they can't hack Zelle. So this is an easy way to make a transfer of funds or pay your bill. So during our webinar, you can Zelle $4.99. You get the $1,000 card and you get a 750 score too. Take a picture of the page, please. I'm the recipient, Ray Reynolds, that's my name, and the email at ray@raisecredit.com. Ultimate goal, the next thing I need you to do is follow through and call a phone number. You see, you add yourself to the national mailing list. You did it to yourself, not me. That's how you get all your junk mail and half your robocalls too. So call 888-567-8688. All right, opt out for 5 years. That's step number 4. Ultimate goal today is pretty simple to do. Remember, please, plan the problem. If I talked to you, you'd say someone in your friends, family, or some knocked you down and took it away from you too. You got a choice. Let's do safety credit. Write it down. Let's pretend these 2 cards in my hand for you. See, they're each $50,000 apiece. Here's the problem about personal credit. You can't write off the interest rate of the credit card. So the goal is on every credit card you got in your personal wallet today is to put a sticky on it. You want to put the limit 25, 29%. You see, the moment, here's the truth that you don't hear from anybody else on the planet. If you're your first time here today and you never heard anything I taught before, you're going to learn how to play. If you take a card past 29%, you jacked up the card, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you can't get any more. It's just the truth. So understand, you have to get that discipline down too. Line of defense, grocery stores, banks, and cities file bankruptcy and stay in business and write it all up, but not you. You tend to bring the pain home and go boo-hoo-hoo. Sticky behind the cards. Write down never bring the pain home again, please. Ultimate goal is step number 5. You see, today, if you had lost your job or had an emergency, what are you going to do? Unfortunately, most people do the same thing. Simple. What do? They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up their credit in 42 days. They're using the wrong money in the first place, by the way. So the ultimate things, like I built for credit for my cat. I want to prove my point. Egg Magazine, I'm in that issue. How to finance anything by using plastic to finance your business. Corporate credit, you can write off the interest rate, the credit card line of credit. So as you grow the business, it grows itself, finances it. Screw up a division and writes that off too and gets a tax credit. What you do is you basically only have one SSN. Bottom line is that's no way to try. You can't write off anyway. So we're all a bunch of basically sheep and ducks. So let's pretend today you needed $5,000 now. They say you waste $50 every other day. I don't know if it's true. But if I had to max out this card today to save my assets or solve a problem, it's $50 a month, by the way. That's all it costs. So let's understand something. Safety credit can save your assets too. They also say you waste $140 a week. I don't know if it's true, but that's $600 a month. If I max out one of these cards today, the payment is $612.26. So the bottom line is, for that kind of money, I could have turned around and do what, 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-thru. See, in other words, quit wasting money. Never bring the pain home because you never had to. Ultimate goal, that's step number 6. So what we get to do today is reach our goals and write down the list, and we got to believe in ourselves too. I mean, I believe in God and I believe in me. When I broke the world record for the highest kick in 1981, I just want to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. Just remember today, don't listen to people tell you can't do this or that too. God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe, and go get it? In other words, let's go back to your SSN, how you got your first job. You were told to get an SSN, Social Security card. You did. So we all went, bah, 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 we're sheep. Then we got our first paycheck. It was going to be this big. You budgeted your paycheck and your bills too. Then all of a sudden, it became this. You see, they got their cut before you got the leftover. You see, that's how it works. And then you get taxed till you're dead, and then they want you in probate too. You created your own 1040 tax return, by the way. All right, it's the IRS public record for you. Now, you don't have to be a duck, quack, 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 quack. You can learn to play. You see, you only get one SSN. That makes us all ducks, quack, 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 quack. But we have a choice. We can learn to play too. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. Can you imagine today we have an SSN because we are the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated ever since Nixon took the gold standard out. Now please write down Ray's rules again, but this time write down 100,000. Write down 29%. See, that would give you 71,000 of safety credit case blank hit the fan, lost a job where you have a pandemic for 18 and 19 months. Unfortunately, what most people do is they take the money and credit from the family, and then they roll the dice and go, yeah, and then they screw it up and bring the pain home. Write down, please, never bring the pain home again. See, the problem with you and all of you, you're using the wrong money in the first place because you didn't learn how to play the game. Write down raise rules again and again, too. Step number 7. Now, we all have a sad story to tell. Well, I was in a coma at 5.5. Last one I got to die in 2009, 12 years ago. I got swine flu pneumonia, pandemic 9. Now we're doing 19. But me, I got a choice to come back, and I'm here to help you. There's one of my yachts, race boat, with my name on it too. Lord is you dock in Huntington Harbor. There's the address, check it out. I'm from Show Me State. So there I'm dead. They're asking my wife if I'm a donor. I said, go back. Guess what? Now I'm helping you. Remember, I'm from Show Me State. I came out of that coma, walking around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks, put my score back to an 820, then I popped another credit card up to $1 million. See, I want to ask you a question. Where you're at today, how are you going to get to millionaire status? How? The only way is to, win the lottery, inherit the money, get a raise, or let me rebuild you. What other way you got? You've been trying this for years too. You need the blueprint, the rules, and the tools. See, I need to understand. I have 5 closet divisions. In other words, I'm ready to go. When I came out of that coma, they stole my life. I was broke again. My family were homeless. But guess what? I took out a closet division, and I fought through the pain, and I built credit again in 6 weeks. You should have closet divisions too. God's the laser, not God's the nails. They never have been. See, money, to me, I don't have to beg and steal off the pier anymore. You have a trash can. I get to help you. You can go back to the job you hate. It's okay. We're getting older, slower, not as pretty as we used to be. You know they're going to fire you eventually. Then you're probably going to deliver some pizza. Step number 8. You see, when we look at our cities that you live in today, grocery store, banks, Sam's Club, they shut down 63 locations 2 years before pandemic. Not counting the other 49 states too. They shut them down, took all the assets, bankrupted, wrote off on their taxes, and got a tax credit. But now you, what you do, you like to bring the pain over to your family too, right? Understand, they're using branch numbers, tax ID, and subsidiaries. What I set up in 86 for you is called divisions and tax IDs. Once we get to the million, the divisions become subsidiaries too. Step number 9. See, when you heard cities file bankruptcy, what did you do? You heard it, you just passed it on. Most people let life pass them by. I tore it apart, went to the court buildings too. I want to understand, how do they play that game too? I've been dissecting things since I was a kid. United States of America Incorporated. 50 states corporations, cities corporations, line of defense. See, they even planned the prom case that screwed up too. They created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. But you have a bad day and you don't want to bring the pain home, do you? Your choice is simple. We look at Apple, they filed bankruptcy in 97 as an example. They were done. Bill Gates got indicted 4 times for being so smart. He wrote a check for $150,000 and saved their assets. Now they're worth trillions of dollars today too. Remember, I want you to Google bankruptcy. I want you to understand you have multiple chances to try. Long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, we must be dead. See, when you Google bankruptcy, it's going to say SSN, and we only get 1. We're all quack, 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 she's bab, 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 bab. But then it says SS4, Corporation, Division, Subsidiary, more. In other words, if something screwed up, we can write it off and don't bring the pain home. The ultimate goal is learning how to play. Step number 10 for you today. Ultimate goal, here's your life. SSN equals a 1040. SS4 equals 1120. It's simple. Line 10 right in front of you says banking and credit purposes. IRS public record. You don't have to be a quack quack all your life. You can learn to play too. But that's up to you. You see, you got a choice today. You got one SSN, we all do. We're all sheeps and ducks. Quack, quack, quack. But you know what? An SS4 gives us the opportunity to take another chance and try to win. And that's the ultimate goal, is to win the game, correct? So winning the battle, it's up to you. I can teach you how to play. I learned to play at 7.5 years old. All right, look at this. I mean, 7.5, and I learned a corporation is a legal person. Big deal. It's not legal advice. It's Chapter 18. I was looking for the blueprint, the instruction manual. By the way, they don't have one. But I have one for you. I'll teach you what you need to know since you're 18 years old. Ultimate goal, someone's going to ask you if you do the corporation situation, if you're a member of the Better Business Bureau. Now, by the way, if you want an A rating, it costs $615. You see, they charge a fee for A rating. They're a fraud. You got 10 million companies who won't be blackmailed from them, from Walt Disney, KBC, Wolfgang Puck, on and too. Now, I'm not making it up. Hell, they got indicted in 2013 and changed their name right away. They've had courts say, get the hell out of my city too. You see, 2020 and CNN tell you the truth. It'll set you free. So, me, I got to incorporate 2019 Rich and Famous People too. I created a program for people coming out of prison. Freeway Ricky Ross, after 20 years of prison, rebuilt his credit, got him a gold and a platinum card, paid over time, up to $1 million. Would you like one or two? It's choice. It's up to you. So remember, learning your steps. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. Got out. I rebuilt him in 6 months. Guess what? He's in the dump truck business now. They look pretty. Let's get him dirty. He gets him dirty, and last year he did $2.5 million. Beating that doubt, running your race is not hard to do, but you need the rules and tools. Step number 11. Got to still make you a qualified CFO. That's just the truth. Ultimate goal, getting past go. I can show you goodies, millions and billions. It's easy to do. I've been accomplishing my goals since I was basically a little kid. God's gift. How about one of the mansions? I parked the race boat in the backyard. Isn't that my name on that boat? Or that boat too? And the yachts, where do you park yours? The ability to learn the steps. How about the helicopter, the Lamborghini, the building too? Ultimate goal. I wrote the book on winning the game of business 43 years ago. I was at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Lying around the hotel, get a hold of me. See, the Millionaire's Founders Kit is 12 book CDs, 1,000 steps for you. It's simple. I sell it on the website for $5,000 like I did back then too. The office sells it for $9.99 in a package. But you know what I always do? Give you half price because you're a live webinar with me. It's $4.99. All you got to do is Zelle, and then I don't have to pay a commission. You get half price and I don't have to pay a commission. That's a win-win for both of you and me. Ultimate multiple functions. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Cash credit per division. You see, the problem is you. You're the registered owner. You drive that car to the grocery store, a little bumpity bump. That person's going to scream their head off like they're going to act like they're going to die. Then they're going to say driver's license, insurance, registration. Well, it's up to you. To me. What about you? You got to learn how to play. Step number 4. Every Saturday in the goal setting class at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I go step by step and learn how to play. Now, I did have 17 houses a long time ago, and I got to get number 18. They wouldn't give it to me. They kept saying loan to value problem. All right, so what did I do? I transferred to the divisions that I designed. I freed up my credit report. No more loan to value problem. Separate liability. See, your paycheck should be a break even. I'll teach you how to do that at the workshop too. Corporations, simple. They get to basically receive all the money, pay all the bills first, and pay tax on the leftover. If there's no leftover, like Amazon's 10 billion or trillion, it's simple to do. You pay more tax than they do. Congratulations again. Now, don't say loophole. That makes no sense. They pay property tax and gallon of gas too, and then they got their spaceships that go up, up, and away. It's simple, like kids. They get to buy anything they damn well please. Oh well, what can I say? They're only doing exactly what they're allowed to. The Internal Revenue Service says corporations don't pay tax, so they make a profit. Oh well, you can complain or you can join the club. That's up to you. You could be winning that battle today. See, borrowed money's not taxable. But I don't want to create debt on a consumer. We want to do it to the corp to have some fun. They do it on millions and billions of dollars and they don't have to get a paycheck. But again, what if you listen today? I'd probably get you an ink card like this up to 100,000 plus. No interest for 18 months. What would I do? I'd take 50,000 off the card. I'd loan 5 people 10,000 apiece. Now I'm going to put a second on their house, a homestead blocker, and the UCC when they chat a mortgage. They don't pay, I get all their house and their goodies too. But when they do pay, I actually pay the credit card, all right, automatically, and there's $2,449 left over. You see, you can have 5,000, 10,000 or more. This is done in less than 7 weeks if you follow through. I'm the original cash flow free time. I wrote it 40 years ago in my books. So the bottom line is simple. Mr. Buffett doesn't spend money for business. He uses borrowed money, gets them all for free. 100 plus companies, his favorite 10, ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridgester, and Fruit of the Loom. This man's using borrowed money and get them all for free and transfer some stock where there's no tax transaction at all. You want to play? Get to one of my classes. I'll teach you how to play like he does. There's no difference in him and you. Bottom line is he's doing it and you're just listening to me. What I wrote in 86, pretty simple. Corporation, divisions, line of defense. See, debt follows SSN. We don't get one. We're all Dougs and quack, quack, quack. But debt also follows SS4. So if grocery stores, banks, and cities can do this, and one got screwed up, we don't have to bring the pain on like they didn't. But again, you got to learn how to play if you're willing to listen and learn too. Ultimate goal, that's step number 15. See, today, remember, Saturday, I have 8 classes live, always live, 7 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturday's specialty class is Dun and Bradstreet. Simple to do. It's vendor and supply credit. We want to do that last. We always want cash in the beginning. You can't use a Staples card to pay the damn rent employees. So here's the goal. I'd like to do a rapid refresh for your personal credit, make you a qualified CFO. I like to make sure I tear apart your reports and rebuild them for you and make your score go up, up, and away in 90 working days. Office is $9.98. You get a discount on the webinar with me. No case goes past 180 days. You're guaranteed a $1,000 card, beginning, middle, and end. It's up to you too. From there, you get half price of $4.99 during the webinar if you sell it right away. But remember, you're guaranteed a 750 minimum score. So there's Zell. Take a picture. Zell, 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 now, now, now. Ultimate goal. I have a class on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. in the morning. This is how you set up corp. I'll do it for you, but I'll show you what I'm doing. You got to decide what type, what state, and how you name it too. Then I put you right into level 1, how to set up the division step by step, how to buy at wholesale price. Now this is on Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. in the morning. So go Wednesday or Saturday, go to both for 30 days. Have some fun with me. Ultimate goal is not hard to do. So I got to make you that qualified CFO. So if you have a corp, you want me to build that, I'll do that. If not, the starter package to be a millionaire. Rebuild your credit, wrap a rescore, articles, also tax ID, set up in level 1 for 30 days. Now, by the way, I'm going to give you $10,000 of credit. So the office gives you 5. They set up their line of defense, but you have not for you. On top of that, they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy on purpose, just in case the city screwed up. They get to bankrupt the debts and stay in business, just like you could if you want to play. Bottom line is, you are we the people. It's your constitutional right. Nixon takes the gold standard out. Simple. Every hospital is federally mandated. Do not let that woman and that baby out of the hospital till she signs an SSN form. She don't sign the form, baby's not going the stroller across, so you cannot go home. See, you got to realize the play. I know you see websites that you don't need to guarantee. That's just BS. You see, to get cash cards, cash lines of credit, vendor credit, supply credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too, you got to be the qualified CFO, and that's what I'm going to do for you. If you look at the trade line stuff, please look at the Federal Indian Act first. See, I don't want to visit in prison. Now, corporate credits are write-off, interest rate lines of credit, finance the business. If a division screws up, write that off too. If every grocery store and bank and city can do this and rich and famous people, why aren't you? You didn't learn to play. I started to learn to play at 7.5 years old. You ready to play and win the game, win the battle? It's up to you. You can learn to play, never bring the pain home again. It's like when you bought your house. I pray that you use Ray's rules. Escrow, close, homestead, put it in a trust. No? So that means if they sue you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate and your family got diddly squat because you're not paying attention today. Well, that's on you. You fix up a property, what do? You hire the contractor that hires the subcontractor, stands outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they cut corners, slip and fall, they're going to take everything you got today. What if you thought, just for a second, and quickly deed any property to a division if you want to, assignment of equity. All of a sudden, at the end of the day, I want to make sure they get diddly squat. Why not? Now, I like irrevocable trust. You pick what you want. Ultimate goal, that's step number 19. So, if you're playing peekaboo with the IRS making a mess, knock it off. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. If you kind of screwed up in the past, go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 433 A and B, get all that free money, and get your butt back in the system today. By the way, that's called step number 20. Ultimate goal is I want you to do it my way. Before my coma, there was 841 million in real estate in their corporate structure. From here, divisions are allowed to save up to 70%. I'm one of the original OPMs. No payments due for 30 to 60, 90 days anyway. Escrow closes, pays off the debt. Now you get up to 200,000 left. Or men, please men, look at this. Most men take money and they piss it away. You're going to learn raise rules, leverage the money, borrow money not being taxable, set up the line of defense. All right, the ability to basically step number 21. By the way, that's called blackjack. So today, as we play, borrow money is not taxable. And then the corporation, we turn that into millions and billions. Here's the Reynolds University just before my coma. It was only 22,000 square feet Irvine Spectrum. From there, I had locations in other states too, doing up to $1 million a day, helping people like you. The bank will be at the office almost every day going, See, when you got money, they kiss your assets. Don't know your name when they have no pocket, you know what in. So remember, banks borrow from the Fed's times 10, up to times 10. Loan back 5 to you. So if you would have did what I would have told you from that money in escrow, leveraging, raise rules, that would have turned up to $3 million of borrowed money into a corporation. You could have got a McDonald's with borrowed money. It means it's free. But again, you have to learn how to play. All right, level 1, set up class. Corporations should be management companies. Set up the line of defense. That way, if anything goes wrong, it's the ducks, which are the divisions. If Wells Fargo Bank, Chase, BFA, and cities can do this in grocery stores and rich and famous people, why aren't you? Oh, you didn't learn to play? Write down the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Can't save a piece? Get rid of it. Keep the other pieces. Do not bring the pain where? Home. Why would you bring the pain home when you never had to? Isn't that kind of dumb? Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be mad because you didn't learn to play. No one taught me. I teach myself going to the library almost every day, 9.5 years old. I got no excuses, but neither do you. You see, divisions and tax IDs. Then they become subsidiaries when we get to the million. Then we get to the 100 million, then we do $1 billion. Step number 22. See, today, you're going to have to ask yourself a question when you look in the mirror. Because you have to answer it to God and you. Do you want to bring the pain to the family? No. Corporation can pierce the veil. Divisions are cheap. What if something goes wrong? I want world peace, but that doesn't seem to happen either. So division, if I screwed one up or got screwed up, can I go get another one? Every bank does. Every grocery store does too. Cities as well. So when we play a chess game or something, are we going to lose a piece or two? Remember, winners always get checkmate. You want to get checkmate today? Let me know. Step number 23. So here's the building and a car saying Reynolds University, and here's the keys. Going boom, boom, boom. I got a bad day. I get in a company car in about half a second. Boom, boom. The bad day's gone. See, you can reach the dream. All right, you can think it'd be the impossible too. You got to realize we're going to use raise rules, and I'm going to make you a millionaire. Is that okay? Let me know. 14th Amendment turned corporations into people? Wow, so the United States of America Incorporated has 50 states, corporations, and they have cities, corporations, line of defense, and you're so past due in your line of defense for you, but that's up to you too, learning how to play and winning the battle too. You got a choice today. Never have joint credit. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, put it in trust. These are raised rules. Corporations should always have up to $1 million of credit. We want to have as many divisions as we can per piece of property, franchise, current business. So remember today, we want to set up the line of defense. We want to use raised rules. Is that okay? So the ultimate goal, number 24. One more to go. You see today, this is your last chance to get the discounts and the bonuses I offer on a live webinar. You can always call the office when I'm done, and they'll charge whatever price they want to. They're on commission. Gonna block the crap, build the score, make it go up and away 90 working days. From there, I get to tear apart your reports and build them up again for you. From there, the office is $9.98. I got a class on Saturday at 1 o'clock, education analyzation. Average case is 90 days. No case goes past 180 days. You're going to get a $1,000 cash card, all right, minimum. And on the webinar right now, you get it for $4.99. Half price and a $1,000 card in a $750. What excuse can somebody have now? See, that's a $750 credit score guaranteed. And there's a Zell. All you got to do. Ultimate Gold Starter Package for a millionaire. I still got to rebuild the credit, wrap a rescore, articles, oscillos, tax ID, set up level 1 for 30 days so you learn how I'm playing. I'm doing the work for you anyway. But you get $10,000 of cash credit. Office charges $2,000. I give half price of $9.99 and $10,000 credit back to you. No excuses anymore. Millionaire in the making, he comes at $25,000 of credit, same goodies. But the office is usually $5,000. Half price with me is $24.99. But again, it's a Zell now. Ultimate goal all through the day, we have to do our best while Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The final step for me getting to the next level, step 25, Zell now. If you don't, that's up to you. But if I was you, I'd be calling that number if you're not going to Zell now. 800-510-3338. It's 800-510-3338. We have to do our best all through the day. And from there, we're going to make sure we understand God does the rest, and never forget that God loves us all.